you can feel the volcano of energy, passion.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Passion Sundays, the best way to end the week and start another. Our guest today is a genius, an inventor, a philanthropist, you name it. The accolades go on and on and on. He has impacted the lives of over 250 million people. He sold multi-million copies of over 100 books in 100 countries, over 40 languages. I mean, does it get more passionate than this? Our guest today is the inventor of mind mapping, Professor Tony Buzan. Tony, thank you very much for having us here.
Lovely to be with you.
Really appreciate it.
And with you.
Thank you. I mean, I cannot imagine a more passionate life than the life you're living. I mean, at your age, you're always on planes, you're traveling, you learn, you read, you write poetry, and yesterday I heard you were doing Olympic-sized swimming pools.
This morning.
This morning, amazing. So, I mean, the obvious question is, how did you find all this passion?
I found it in my life as a child, and I fell in love with nature. And gradually, I realized that animals were beautiful, nature was beautiful. And I, even as a little boy, said the world would be better if it were only animals. And they said, what a strange little boy. And then I began to realize that human beings were amazing. The potential of the brain, the beauty of the intelligences. And I fell in love with life, So when I wake up in the morning, wow, and when I see the dawn, it's magical. When I realize that that sun is not just a little sphere, it's 93 million miles away from us. It's dynamic. It's unbelievably powerful. And every day, it keeps me alive and everybody else. And so I fell in love with life. And then I began to realize that this God-given thing that we all have, this body, this brain, I was in awe. That is who we are. So how could I possibly say, yeah, that's interesting. Sure, yeah, okay. So we're miracles. Well, that's all we are. Yeah, so we're naturally brilliant. Yeah, that's okay. Animals are beautiful. Yeah. What? It's what? And when I swim, it's an amazing conversation with water and all the different waters and the different currents and the different aromas, the different smells, the different feel of it. Every cell of my body feels it. So I'm not swimming, I'm exploring this amazing new piece of water. Passion is a key word in my life. And passion, for me, links with love. Watch people, any people, including animals, in love. You can feel the volcano of energy, passion. And passion keeps us alive. If we didn't have any passion, you and I would not be here.
Wow, this is probably one of the most passionate answers I've ever had, where passion was not just about us. It's literally out there. You're saying you're literally grabbing passion from the whole universe around you as you're moving.
Yes. And I mean, another infusion, another injection that gives me more passion is pain, but not just physical pain, mental pain. So when I see children in schools, and obviously if I see a child starving, obviously, naturally one wants to help. And physically you can see that. But when they are mentally starving, when they think they are stupid and they are not, when they think they can't and they can, when they think that they shouldn't and they should, when they're afraid, when they're in a shell, that is incredibly painful. to see this flower of intelligence, a child, when you see this butterfly of genius, when it's being crushed and pesticided, I get absolutely furious, because my dream is to go to any school, in any home, and see children who know how beautiful and magnificent they are. I feel very passionate about people who try to squash the eggs of the butterflies, or crush the caterpillars, or boom, shooting the birds. I feel very passionate about that because it hurts. So pain also gives you passion, energy to deal with the pain and to help everybody suffer less, live more happily.
Amazing.
Yeah, live more ecstatically.
Wow. You know, actually the word passion comes from root Latin word passio, which means suffering, which is phenomenal that you've brought up that point. That
I did not know that,
yeah, so,
but I now do.
So in the
I'm actually passionate about that word.
I love it. So in the suffering, in the birth of the joy and the fulfillment is coming out from there. And the question then is, if somebody has not been nourishing and honoring their passion, because obviously you've been living a passionate life most of your life, but a lot of people today are numbed because of many situations, economical, financial, family, commitments, and we
educational.
Education, actually, if anything, this is where it all starts. You know, you get told you're stupid at school and then you believe it and you live by it. How can we give rebirth to people's passion? How can somebody, after watching this episode, so you know what, I love this energy, but I don't know how to start, and where do I dig, and how do I get that passion?
I ask everybody, I'm asking all of you, make your brain and your body and your spirit your hobby. Because when people have a hobby, everything is easy, isn't it? You know, if your hobby becomes mathematics, which was difficult, and it becomes your hobby, your brain says, wow, my universe. So everything opens. So if everybody makes their own hobby their own brain and their body, then the more they learn about it, the more amazed they will be. So they won't be thinking, I'm stupid. Yes, I am stupid. I'm living that I am stupid. Everybody says I'm stupid. You know, I'm reading this book, or I'm speaking to this expert, or I'm going to a seminar, or I'm going to an event, and I discover that my brain has got a million brain cells, and each brain cell is more powerful than a standard PC computer, PC. What? And then the brain says, oh, well, actually, I've got a brain. I've got a million brain cells. And immediately, it's ignited. It's setting fire. It's igniting the flame of passion and energy. And that, of course, immediately builds hope. Because passion inflames hope. If you think you are stupid, if you think you can't, if you think the situation's, you know, terrible, there's no solution, it's only problem, hope will disintegrate, will dwindle, will shrivel. And hope should always boom. And hope needs good information to make it energetic. And that's passion as well.
Oh, that's a lot of passion. I'm actually starting to twitch. I'm like, I want to get up, I want to do something. So we ignite people with passion. How do we keep it going? Because also people think, I find my passion and I get the energy, and then suddenly we all start dipping down and we go back to sleep again. So does it take hard work or commitment, or what does it take to stay passionate once you found that source?
Well, if it is real love, there are branches to the mind map. You know, passion in the center. And then you mind map. You will have commitment. So when you have a wonderful idea and you want to help that come true, when you want to deal with suffering, your good brain will say, I need to do that. You know, I feel the need to do that. So I will commit. And that means people will write it. Or they will say, you know, my dream is to have every child knowing the miracle of its mind. That's my dream. And I'm committing to it. When I commit, when everybody commits, action happens. Work? Maybe work, but maybe not. Maybe play. Because you watch children and you watch all animals. What do they do when they're very young? Play. Why play? Because they're experimenting, exploring, using the whole of their body, their brain, playing, tumbling, fighting, wrestling. And play is one of the best ways ever to learn. So why have one's life only work when it can be play? And the geniuses, all the geniuses, did not work. They didn't say, I'm going to work. I'm going to write a symphony. I'm going to paint this beautiful portrait. I'm going to go and paint that scene. Oh, yeah, I've got to get some more colors. Yeah, that's going to be wonderful. Oh, I've got to invent the light. I want to light a planet at night. My name's Thomas Edison, and I want to light the planet. I don't want to invent a light bulb. I want to light the planet at night. What a wonderful thing to do. Okay, I'm going to set up this laboratory. I'm going to have things here, I'm going to play with fire, They didn't work at all. They played, and that's where the energy came from. You watch children and animals play. They play with total passion, and when they really play, they use everything, and then with a smile, because they've used all their energy, and then the brain and body regenerate. And as soon as they get up, oh, now, and off they go again.
Definitely, 100% I feel what you're saying, because you know, you're one of the world's top speakers named by Forbes. And when I get on stage, no matter how much travel, no matter how much other, the energy suddenly comes up. When the right service is there, the passion brings up, and the energy comes when it's needed. And when I'm doing numb, dull stuff, my energy goes down.
Yes.
And talking about commitment, my commitment is to inspire 10 million people find and pursue a passionate life. And I definitely, when I put that number, suddenly the energy had to start matching the goal.
Of course. We've got 250 million mind mappers. Inject them with your thoughts.
Love it.
And say, look, you know, you're mind mapping. You'll say, I am passionate about mind maps. You too. And passion will then spread.
So how can somebody, to wrap up this interview into something now that they can practically go and apply, how can somebody use mind maps to either find their passion or pursue their passion?
Mm-hmm. The mind map is the thinking tool. So the brain thinks not with words. We think with images, with colors, with associations. So people think that, for example, you probably think that my language is, my prime language is English. It's not. What's your prime language?
After listening to you, it's probably pictures and association.
Exactly. But people would say, oh, Arabic. But the spoken language is a subroutine. It's a beautiful routine. But the prime routine, imagination and association, that's how the brain thinks. And when the brain is given only words and no color and lines, the brain goes, I'm not going to study. So the mind map wakes the brain up, because color stimulates the brain cells. Images are worth 1,000 words. So the mind map is an architecture, it's a map of the human language. So when you do a mind map for the first time, your brain can talk to itself. And when it can talk to itself, boom, 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 what a great conversation, so they converse, and the memory goes, yeah, oh yeah, I like that, yeah, memory, that makes me much better when I'm using images and associations. My memory much stronger, yeah, oh, my creativity, yeah, that's fabulous. When I'm creative, images, colors, associations, yeah, that is my language. And you have a whole team of people, a mastermind group, all talking with the same language, and then they multiply, multiply, multiply. They solve global problems. They create energy from everybody else. It's all you have to do.
Super, super. We're going to wrap this up. Okay.
No. What do you mean wrap up?
Oh, love that. Passion.
I want to go on.
I want you to go on.
We need another 5 hours.
We need another 5 years of this. I mean, I think this is definitely revolutionary, and this has been a really amazingly passionate and enlightening experience. And what I love is the ability now to incorporate an actual tool into people pursuing and living a passion. So, and I have to say, mind mapping has changed a lot for me, and I'm sure it will for you. So, what do you think? You tell us, you like this, how do you use mind maps? And if you don't, go try it out and experience and go back and comment on our social media. And come to me as well on Twitter. I'm at Tony_Buzan, and I only tweet passionate stuff. Love that. Beautiful mind maps from around the world. Love that. Wonderful things that people realize. It's an internet community of people who want to improve their brain. So join the family. Join the family. I mean, the minute you type Tony Buzan on Google, you're going to get millions of results, and all of them are passionate and inspiring. But what you got today is really exclusive and really special from the man himself. I mean, I could see the energy vibrating literally all around us now. So thank you very much for allowing us for this interview and for our passion community. Passion 3, passion 2, passion 1. Passion! What do you think? I would really love to hear your opinion. If you'd like to stay engaged, subscribe to our social media channels, and if you want even more valuable interviews and tips and tricks on how to live passionately, then go to MoustafaHamwi.com and subscribe to our Passion Sundays newsletter. Until the next episode, live passionately.